let me do this whole deal. Wait, hold on, Spencer. So good afternoon and welcome. I am Jessica Carroll, the program lead for Measure 110 with OHA, and I will be assisting with facilitating today's meeting. We will be recording this meeting for purposes of sharing, and we're going to go live to YouTube. If you have connectivity issues, contact me or don't. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Heads up, everyone, that we are now going live on YouTube. All right. Good afternoon. I am Jessica Carroll, the program lead for Measure 110, and I'll be serving as your facilitator for the beginning of today's meeting. The Oversight and Accountability Council welcomes and encourages community input. Members of the public are invited to submit public comments or get on our interested parties list by emailing oha.measure110@dhs.oha.state.or.us. And sorry, I'm trying to copy and paste as I go, so it's just going to be a second. All right. That email address and more information about the council can be found on the Measure 110 OAC website. For more information on support with community engagement, please contact me, Jessica Carroll, and I'll drop both those links in the chat when I'm done. OAC members have asked that OHA and other staff who are present in the meeting space introduce themselves in the chat. Please share your role with the agency, and if you are a subject matter expert, your area of expertise. Because this is a voting subcommittee, we will be asking for subcommittee members to declare any conflicts of interest that they may have. We will request these declarations before each full county. So if you'd like to declare a conflict for the entire county, you may do so then. Additionally, we will be asking for potential or actual conflicts of interest declarations before each organization is discussed. So please declare any conflicts when prompted by the facilitator. Please remember that if you do declare an actual conflict of interest, we ask that you mute your microphone and turn off your camera. We will let you know in the chat when it's time for you to return. If you have a potential conflict of interest, you may remain in the room and vote after you declare it, should you choose to do so. All right, and while I am copying and pasting all of those links in there, and we do have closed captioning. I apologize. We have closed captioning today in both English and Spanish, and I'm dropping the link in the chat where you can find that. And with that, Walter, would you like to call roll?
Yep. Good evening. Good early evening. So my attendance shows Melinda. Melinda is here. We have Onisha is here. We have Ron is here. And we have Keisha that's here. So we have 4.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. What's that?
Ron is here. Keisha, you're here?
I'm here.
Onisha,
and we have
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, we don't have Melinda, so we don't have quorum.
Oh, where did she just go? Okay.
I think she dropped off. Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and text her.
That's why you got to wait for people to respond.
Yep. All right. Sorry, you guys will have to take roll again later. So I'll turn it back over to you, Jessica.
All right. So I am going to go ahead and shoot Melinda a text and see if she's going to be able to join us. Okay, so I have texted Melinda. We currently do not have quorum. So I'm going to mute myself until we have quorum, and once we get Melinda back on the meeting, we can go ahead and call roll again. Welcome, Melinda. Welcome back.
Hi, guys.
No worries. I think sometimes technology is great until it doesn't always work, right? All right. So I believe we have quorum, but Walter, you're going to go ahead and call roll.
Sure will. All right, let me go. Good evening, everyone. Let's see. So we have Melinda's here. Hey, Melinda.
Hello.
All right, we have Onisha is here. Hi, Onisha.
Hi.
All right, we have Ron is here. And we have
Ron's
Keisha.
here.
Okay, thanks, Ron. And Keisha? Keisha's here. Oops, Keisha there? Uh-oh. Keisha, are you there?
Hey, Keisha. Let me text Keisha real quick.
I'm here. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
No worries.
No worries. All right, we got 4. We've got quorum. Back to
All
you.
right. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Well, I guess we will jump right into it. I just want to let everyone know that we are in the Multnomah 2 Excel spreadsheet. We're again looking at Multnomah County. If anyone would like to declare a conflict of interest with the entirety of Multnomah County, please do so now. Hearing none. Great. The first organization that you are going to consider is Cascadia Behavioral Health Emergency Coordination Network. Does anyone have a conflict of interest with Cascadia? Hearing none. Cascadia Behavioral Health Coordination Network has applied to provide SUD treatment, peer support, and harm reduction in Multnomah County. We have 2 reviews. One is a no and one is a yes. You can find those reviews in the CBHECN1 and CBHECN2 tabs at the bottom of your workbook. And with that, I will hand it over to the council.
Who are we on?
Cascada BHRN work. Can somebody tell me the budget on this one? Because there was 2 Cascadia proposals from county. Hello?
Ron? Oh, Ron, you're on mute.
I'm looking for my button. So this Beacon program, their budget is $3,160,000, $742, with $221,000 of that one-time cost.
Is this the one where they are wanting to put people in sober beds?
So Beacon is developing a more streamlined approach to coordinate service across the challenge crisis continuum. The approach will be to get people experiencing acute SUD intoxication or a behavioral health crisis into a single front door that is available 24/7. After the client is stabilized, triaged, and assessed, they will be connected to other networks provider that will offer options for additional support. Beacon will establish contractual agreements with other providers, with peer provider organizations that will offer culturally responsive care continuity for clients beyond what the contemporary SUD clinic model offers. Peers will help bridge Beacon clients with services throughout the crisis and SUD care continuum, including but not limited to access to transportation, detox, mental health services, and housing. And it says proposer, reviewer number 1 says, no, I don't recommend this proposal. I would also like to note, I did approve. Yeah, I think this person, so Cascadia Beacon program and Cascadia are 2 different programs. And so I'm not sure that this proposer is seeing them differently. I do not recommend this proposal. I would also like to know that I did approve Cascadia in this county for a separate funding stream to their single organization. This proposal doesn't include a timeline for each objective. What architect are you planning to work with? The architect is not included. If you know how much you need to pay, have you talked to any of them or any of them in any other CBOs who've said yes to contracting with you? Where is the location for Sober Center going to be located? Have you found few pending locations? Have they agreed to allow you to use the location as a sobering center, and so on? There are a lot of questions.
Yeah, I think I reviewed this and it was problematic for me because they were asking for physician salaries and they were having sober beds where it's like a drunk tank where people are on the streets and they're inconsolable, kind of like going to a drunk tank in like Emmanuel Hospital where they put you in sort of like a mental health bed. They give you stabilized, you can go back into the streets. My problem with this, though, is that they were asking for physician salaries and they were not providing MAT services to these clients. Therefore, the people who are suffering from opioid use disorder would be contained anywhere from up to 3 to 8 days. And when they were released, they would be in full withdrawal mode. There was no MAT connection. And although they say that they want to connect them with partners, they can't guarantee that that person is going to be able to go right away. Somebody's going to come pick them up and take them where they need to go, that there will be a bed available for them at the time that they are released. So basically, you're withdrawing opioid use disorder patients for 3 to 8 days without Suboxone or methadone or Vivitrol and releasing them to the streets in full withdrawal mode. It may work for someone who's in a meth psychosis or stimulant psychosis, maybe even alcohol disorder psychosis, but I'm not sure that it would be fair to hold an opioid use disorder client and release them with no MAT support.
Thanks, Onisha. Keisha.
I don't even see this rubric.
Are you in the Multnomah County, the Multnomah 2 Excel spreadsheet? We had to break them in half so that they would send to you.
Let me go over it.
Okay. And I can resend it to you if you would like.
So I understand this to be, just reading through the provider number 2, is it seems to be a replacement for the sobering center that used to be contracted from CCC through the police, and then the police stopped funding it, or the city stopped funding it. And so my understanding is Beacon is now wanting to reestablish the sobering center that was once Hooper Detox.
Is that in the
It's in
No,
the rubric. It's in the rubric here.
and where's
So
that?
what I think the umbrella for this proposal was under Cascadia Behavioral Health. And they also submitted another contract, so one of them was stronger than the other, and we can't fund them twice. This was not strong or fair for opioid use disorder patients. It's not practical.
Yeah, they're saying that the CCC Sobering Center provided up to 20,000 visits annually, and in 2019 averaged 5,000. The TASC model will be distinct and more comprehensive. So I just gathered that that's what they were doing from the rubric, is replacing the Sobering Center and using it as a kind of a crisis center.
For mental health and sobering. I just want to go by
Yes.
that rubric.
Yes,
'cause I wanna-
for mental health and
Yes.
for sobering. For mental health and sobering.
Yes, that's correct. It's mental health and sobering. So
And that's not the focus of Measure 110 funding, unfortunately.
no, I agree with you.
So I make a recommendation not to fund.
Okay, so I hear a recommendation, and not a motion. I think maybe that was.
I mean a motion, I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
make a
okay.
motion that we not fund this Cascadia proposal.
Okay, does everyone feel ready to vote on that? Do we have a second?
You must not be ready.
That's fine. That's fine.
No, I think one of the, I will say,
Second.
okay, good. I will say that now we have a first and a second, that the idea of having an emergency crisis center, sobering center is a good idea. It does conflict with Measure 110 in that it is also doing mental health crisis intervention, according to Onisha.
All right.
Any more discussion? Keisha, real quick. Oh, is your hand up?
No, let me lower it.
Okay, I could lower it for you. Any more discussion? Sorry. Hearing none, Walter.
All right. Motion not to fund Cascadia Behavioral Health, the Beacon. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Onisha.
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
All right. And Keisha.
Yes.
All right. That passes with 4 not to fund Cascadia, Multnomah County. And I'll turn it back to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Walter. The next organization that you all will be considering is Northwest Family Services. Would anyone like to declare a conflict of interest with Northwest Family Services in Multnomah County? Hearing none. Northwest Family, I need to mute that, sorry. Northwest Family Services is applying to provide SUD treatment and peer support in Multnomah County. We have 2 recommendations. Both are yes. You can find those recommendations and the corresponding rubrics under the NWFS 1 and NWFS 2 tabs in your Multnomah County 2 workbook. And I will now turn it over to the subcommittee for vote or discussion.
I'll make a motion to approve the proposal for Northwest Family Services, Multnomah County.
Great. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right. We have a motion on the floor from Ron to fund Northwest Family Services in Multnomah County. We have a second from Onisha. Any discussion? Hearing none. Walter, I'll turn it over to you as soon as you're ready.
Okay. Motion to fund Northwest Family Services in Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to fund.
Okay. And Ron?
Yes.
Keisha?
Yes.
That passes with 4 to fund Northwest Family Services, Multnomah County. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Walter. The next organization that you all will be considering is Northwest Instituto Latino de Adicciones. And I know I murdered that. I'm so sorry. Northwest Instituto Latino is applying to provide peer support in Multnomah County. There are 2 reviews. Both reviewers recommended yes. You can find those reviews in your Multnomah County 2 workbook under NWIL1 and the NWIL2 tabs.
I'll make the motion to approve the proposal from Northwest Instituto Latino.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right. So we have a motion on the floor from Ron to fund Northwest Instituto Latino in Multnomah County. We have a second from Melinda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
All right. Motion to fund Northwest Instituto, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to.
All right. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. Passes with 4. Northwest Instituto. Motion to fund out of Multnomah County. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Walter. The next organization that you all will be evaluating or considering is OHSU Addiction and Complex Pain. If you have a conflict of interest with OHSU, please declare it now. Hearing none. We have, so OHSU Addiction and Complex Pain are applying to provide SUD treatment in Multnomah County. There are 2 reviews. Both recommendations for those reviews are yes. You can find those recommendations and their reviews on the OHSU ACP1 and OHSU ACP2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Council?
Did you review this, Onisha?
Can you repeat the one we're going over now? I'm sorry.
Addiction and Pain Complex, OHSU.
Yes, I said yes to that.
Okay, because the budget's only $15,000. I'm just.
Yeah,
Is that right?
I said an absolute yes to that. They weren't asking for salaries for anybody. The only thing they were asking was client services to make sure people receive MAT.
Okay. Thank you. I make a motion to approve the OHSU ACP budget
I second it.
and proposal.
Okay. All right. So we have a motion on the floor from Ron to fund OHSU Addiction and Complex Pain in Multnomah County. We have a second from Onisha. Any discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
All right. Motion to fund OHSU Addiction and Complex Pain, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Uh-oh. All right. Onisha?
Yes to
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right, that passes with 4. OHSU Addiction and Complex Pain, Multnomah County. Turn it back to you, Jessica.
Thanks, Walter. The next organization that you all will be considering is OHSU Partnership Projects. Again, anyone would like to declare a conflict with OHSU, please do so now. Hearing none. OHSU Partnership Project is applying to provide harm reduction in Multnomah County. There are two recommendations. Both are yes. You can find those recommendations under the OHSU PP1 and OHSU PP2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Turn it over to the committee.
I make a proposal to approve the proposal from OHSU Partnership Project.
Do we have
Second.
a second? Oh, okay. So we have a, hold on real quick. So we have a motion on the floor to fund OHSU Partnership Project from Ron. We have a second from Lakeisha. Any discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
Okay, motion on the table to fund OHSU Partnership Project, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Ron? Ron?
Yes.
All right. And Keisha?
Yeah.
Okay. That passes with 4 to fund OHSU Partnership Project, Multnomah County. Turn it back to you, Jessica.
Thanks, Walter. The next organization under consideration by the subcommittee is Oregon Change Clinic. Oregon Change Clinic has applied to provide SUD treatment, peer support, housing, and harm reduction. There are 2 evaluations with recommendations. One is possibly, and the other is yes. You can find Oregon Change Clinic's recommendations under the OCC1 and OCC2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook.
So this is one that Melinda and I reviewed in addition to the OHA employees, and this is one that we recommended for approval. We thought it was a strong proposal that meets a strong need. It was a well-crafted, well-written proposal. And I would make a motion that we approve the proposal from Oregon Change Clinic.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion to fund Oregon Change Clinic in Multnomah County from Ron. We have a second from Keisha. Any more discussion? Hearing none. Over to you, Walter.
Okay. Oops. Hold on just 1 second.
That's fine.
All right. And so we have that. Okay, Ron and then Keisha, correct? On the motions. Okay. Just let me make sure I get this. Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
We're all juggling a lot right now. Go ahead.
All right. All right. Motion to fund Oregon Change Clinic, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Okay. Onisha.
Yes to fund.
Okay. Ron.
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha.
Yes.
All right. So that passes with 4 to fund Oregon Change Clinic, Multnomah County. Turn it back to you, Jessica.
Thanks, Walter. The next organization under consideration is Oregon Recovers. If you have a conflict of interest with Oregon Recovers and you'd like to declare, please do so.
Conflict of interest with Oregon Recovers.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and table Oregon Recovers because we won't have quorum. Well, we'll have quorum, but we won't be able to vote. So, yeah. Okay, tabled. Got it. The next organization that will be under consideration this evening is Outside In. Outside In, if anyone has a conflict of interest with Outside In, please declare it. Hearing none. Outside In is applying to provide SUD treatment, peer support, and harm reduction in Multnomah County. There are two recommendations for Outside In. The first is no, and the second is yes. You can find those recommendations under the Outside In 1 and Outside In 2 tabs in your workbook.
Well, this is also a proposal that Melinda and I reviewed. We read it through thoroughly. We evaluated it completely a couple times, and we were both a yes on this. And
May I interject, please? Mr. Ron, I respect you so much, but can you please only speak for yourself?
okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I read this proposal, and it was assigned to my partner and I had full, and I'm sorry, you kind of got me off my spiel here. But we read through the proposal. I think it's a solid proposal. I read through the concerns from reviewer number 1, and what the concern that they had was whether or not the positions were all billable through Measure 110. And I'm satisfied that they are. And so I disagree with reviewer number 1, and I would recommend this proposal for approval.
Is that a recommendation or a motion?
I would make a motion to approve the proposal from Outside In for Multnomah County.
I second that.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to fund Outside In Multnomah County from Ron. We have a second from Melinda. Is there any discussion?
Can I hear the budget, please?
Yeah, the budget is 1.8 million.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
Motion on the table to fund Outside In, Multnomah County. And who do I have? Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay, Onisha.
Yes to fund.
Okay, Ron.
Yes.
Okay, and Keisha. Keisha, how do you vote?
I abstain. I'm sorry. I didn't even get to see the budget.
Okay, we're gonna have to table it.
Yeah, we'll table that and I will get you the budget. Normally I do that immediately, Keisha, but I'm facilitating, so I will get that to you ASAP. Hopefully that's in the notes, so I remember. Thank you. The next organization that you all will be considering is Overdose Prevention Coalition, LLC. Anyone like to declare a conflict of interest for Overdose Prevention Coalition, LLC? Hearing none. They are applying, Overdose Prevention Coalition, LLC is applying to provide peer support, harm reduction, and supported employment in Multnomah County. We have two recommendations. Both are no. You can find their, you can find those recommendations under OPC 1 and the OPC 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook.
I make a motion to follow the reviewer's recommendation, and I make a motion not to fund.
I second.
All right, we have a motion from
Hold on just a
Onisha.
second. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. We're a ragtag team this evening. We're doing our best. You ready? So we have a motion on the floor from Onisha not to fund Overdose Prevention Coalition LLC in Multnomah County. And we have a second from Melinda. I think I got that right. Any more discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
All right. Thanks you guys for bearing with me. I dropped my pen. So motion not to fund Overdose Prevention Coalition, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. That passes with 4 not to fund Overdose Prevention Coalition, Multnomah County. And I'll turn it back to you, Jess.
Thank you. It is 4:56, and so we are going to go ahead and take a break.
You get a
For
break every 50, you get a break every 56 minutes.
57 minutes, Ron. So y'all want 5 or 10? Up to you.
10, please.
Okay, we have 1 vote for 10. Does the motion carry? No, I'm just kidding. See you in 10 minutes, y'all.
All right.
All right.
We gotta go vote.
I know that's right. Go vote. We. All right. It is 5:07. Welcome back.
I'm here, Melinda.
Thanks, Melinda. Do we have everyone else back so Walter can call roll? Walter, Melinda's here.
I'm back.
Okay, we got Keisha. Ryan, is Ron back? Oh, okay. So I
We've
see two
lost
Melindas.
Alicia. Yeah. Well, Melinda is on her phone, so that's fine. But
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Thanks, Melinda. It looks like we may have lost Onisha.
Onisha dropped off. Okay.
Okay, so we're just gonna have to wait until we have all the members.
Where we at, Painted Horse?
Painted Horse will be next. We're just waiting on Onisha to come back. All right, so I'm just going to put in the chat that we're waiting for quorum. And All
We ain't
right,
got, we got quorum.
we have quorum now.
And, I think the outside in budget, so if we wanna, go back to that vote, that's fine too.
We can, would the committee like to go back to the outside in? Go back to outside in?
Sure.
Okay, all right.
Make a motion to approve the proposal from outside in.
Okay, real quick, we're just gonna take roll just for purposes of the meeting, the public meeting.
Yeah. So Melinda, so we'll take roll real quick. Melinda's
Yes,
here.
I'm here.
All right. Onisha's here.
Yes.
Ron's here.
Ron's here.
And Keisha's here.
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Back to you, Jessica.
All right, so we have a motion from Ron to fund outside in Multnomah County. Do we have a second?
A second.
Melinda seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
All right. Motion to fund outside in. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
All right. Ron?
Yes.
All right. Onisha?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. And that passes with 4 to fund outside in Multnomah County. Back to you, Jessica.
Thanks. Thanks, Walter. All right. The next organization that you all will be considering this evening is Painted Horse Recovery. If you have a conflict of interest with Painted Horse Recovery, please declare it now. Hearing none. Painted Horse Recovery is applying to provide peer support in Multnomah County. You have 2 recommendations. They are both yes. You can find those under the Painted Horse 1 and Painted Horse 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. With that, I turn it over to the committee.
I make
I make a
recommend-
motion to fund the painted horse as reviewed by the reviewers.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion to fund Painted Horse Recovery in Multnomah County from Melinda. We have a second from Keisha. Any discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
All right. Motion to fund Painted Horse Recovery, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
All right. Onisha, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
All right. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. And that passes with 4 to fund Painted Horse Recovery, Multnomah County. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you. The next organization is Pathfinder Club of Oregon. If you'd like to declare a conflict of interest with Pathfinder Club of Oregon, please do so now. Hearing none. Pathfinder Club of Oregon is applying to provide SUD and peer support in Multnomah County. You have 2 recommendations. Both are yes. Those can be found under the Pathfinder Club 1 and Pathfinder Club 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. To the subcommittee.
Okay, what's the budget on this one?
1.442,832 with $106,254 one-time cost.
For peer support services,
They applied for SUD treatment and peer support services.
What's the organization?
Pathfinder.
What were the recommendations?
So real quick, I'm gonna need the budget because I'm looking at reviewer 1 and under SUD low barrier treatment, it has been all red, not provided.
Okay, so we will send this application and budget out to you, Keisha, and anyone else who'd like it.
Yes, you can
You
send it
can
to me.
send it to me too.
I'll take one.
What
Okay,
was the reviewer's recommendation? I'm sorry, I missed that. Cut out.
I think it was yes and yes.
yes, they were both yes.
Yeah, it
Under-
looks like it might be an error on the worksheet, on the
Oh.
spreadsheet that says SUD.
That is entirely possible.
What's crazy is they put it in red though, like not provided, like they asked for it, but then they didn't provide because everything else is in black, and the highlighted in red is a little different.
So just know that if anybody used a different color font, it was for no other reason than they used a different color font.
May I make a motion that we table it for those who've requested an application and a budget to review it?
You sure can.
I make a motion to table this until the subcommittee reviews those documents.
Okay.
All right, we have a motion on the floor to table by Onisha, a second from Ron. Walter,
No further discussion? All right. Motion to table. Pathfinders Club of Oregon. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to table.
All right. Onisha?
Yes to table.
Okay. Ron
Yes.
and Keisha.
Yes.
All right. And that passes to table Pathfinder Club of Oregon, Multnomah County. Back to you, Jesse.
thank you, Walter. The next organization for you all to consider is Phoenix Rising. Would anyone like to declare a conflict for Phoenix Rising? Please do so now. Hearing none, Phoenix Rising is applying to provide peer support in Multnomah County. There are two recommendations. They are both yes. You can find those under your Phoenix Rising 1 and Phoenix Rising 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Turning back over to the subcommittee.
What's the budget?
$146,000. $146,811.23 with $1,700 in one-time cost.
I make a motion to fund. What was their budget for paying their peers? I think this was one of the ones where they were paying their peers below the livable wage. Can somebody verify that for me, please?
So they've got the executive director, 0.2 FTE at prorated. So that would only get like $8,000 a year, something like that. Then a certified recovery mentor, 1 FTE at $41,600 a year. And then they have a half-time certified peer recovery mentor at $20,000 a year, so it'd be half salary.
I make a motion to fund Phoenix Rising.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Onisha to fund Phoenix Rising in Multnomah County. We have a second from Ron. Any more discussion? Hearing none. Oh, Melinda, did you have something?
No, I just switched devices and I was
Oh,
getting
okay.
off mute so I could talk.
Okay,
When I'm
perfect.
turned.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I just didn't want to miss you.
All
Walter?
right. Yep. All right. Motion to fund Phoenix Rising, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to fund.
All right. Ron?
Yes.
You and Keisha?
Yes.
All right. That vote passes to fund Phoenix Rising, Multnomah County. Turning back to you, Jessica.
Thank you. The next organization under consideration is Portland Street Medicine. Would anyone like to declare a conflict with Portland Street Medicine? Hearing none. Portland Street Medicine is applying to provide SUD treatment, peer support, harm reduction, and supported employment in Multnomah County. You have two recommendations. One is yes, and one is yes partial. You can find those recommendations under the PSM1 and PSM2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Turning it over to the committee for discussion or a vote.
What was the budget?
Budget is $485,725. With doesn't appear to have any one-time.
Ron, did you see why they want the second one wanted to partially fund?
I haven't seen that yet. Let me get to that. Yes, says yes with modifications removing salary for executive director, admin, and operations manager.
Okay, yep. Down there. I make a motion to fund with these without somebody else said
They partially fund with
I'm sorry, Ron, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
I was just saying she was making a motion to partially fund with negotiated salaries.
I second.
All right, so I appear, Ron, you made a motion to partially fund with negotiated salaries. Is that correct?
Yes.
All
real
right.
quick, is
Yep.
it negotiating salaries or removing those three?
I have to look at their full plan to see what
Yeah, I want
the salaries are.
Yeah, I want a minute just to look at the.
Yeah.
It says with modifications, removing the salaries for the executive director, administrative coordinator, and operations managers.
That makes sense. I can't see the budget though.
Would you all like to table this organization and get the budget? Or maybe Ron has it and can give.
It's going to take me too long to find it. Because it was one that I had to ask for, and so it's buried in an email somewhere.
Okay. Would you all like to table this?
Yeah, I make a motion to table it. Can you send the budgets?
Okay, we have a motion. I believe we have a second. Who made that second?
I second it.
Okay. Any more discussion? Hearing none. We have a motion on the floor to table Portland Street Medicine. Give Walter a second. Oh, there he is.
All right. Motion to table Portland Street Medicine, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to table.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to table.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. And that passes with 4 to table Portland Street Medicine, Multnomah County. Turn it back to you, Jessica.
Thanks, Walter. The next organization under consideration by the subcommittee is Project Patchwork. Project Patchwork is applying to provide peer support and housing. There are 2 recommendations. One is partial and one is yes. Those can be found under the Project Patchwork 1 and Project Patchwork 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. I'm so sorry. Does anyone like to would anyone like to declare a conflict of interest with Project Patchwork? Hearing none, everything else I said is still true. You can find those recommendations under Project Patchwork 1 and Project Patchwork 2 tabs in your workbooks. Okay, let me forget that.
So the housing portion is they'll be offering priority housing to specific populations and with children. Transitional housing, 14 beds total for adults who have at least 1 child, at least 28 beds, including children and adults. Have access to 2 buildings for transitional housing. The first building has 5 apartments. 1 apartment will be designated ADA with 1 person, 1 child. In the 4 other apartments, there are 2 rooms, parent and a child in each room. I think family housing is very important. I'm trying to figure out why there was a partial. Recommending for partial. I'm not sure what they were. That was number 1, number 2, and they are just full on recommendation for yes.
What's the name of this organization again?
Project Patchwork.
I'm looking at one of the rubrics and it says unsure if the requested funding is 100% reasonable for executive director or for the peer support specialist. See budget spreadsheet. And then it says, I don't see a request for funding for outreach. Peer support services may be appropriate for equity and inclusion plan. I'm unclear on this. So those were lines F 13 and 14. I never heard of this program, but this priority will be given African American, Native American, Hispanic households, veterans, Medicaid population, elderly, LGBTQ, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Asian, and Middle Eastern and North American. Will also serve white.
I make a motion that we make a motion to partially fund.
Second.
I am muted. All right, we have a motion on the table to partially fund Project Patchwork in Multnomah County. Onisha made that motion. We have a second from Ron. Walter?
Real
Oh,
quick,
any more discussion? Sorry.
I just want to know what services did they ask for?
They asked for peer support and housing.
Okay.
Any more discussion?
What was your question about the budget? Yeah, the executive director is half-time, peer support specialist, 1 FTE. Those are the only staff positions they're asking for.
No, I
I
said
can't see the budget.
in the first reviewer under 13 or 14F, they said something about the executive director salary and peer support. So I got a little confused.
Yeah, those are the salaries. And then their health insurance and payroll taxes, that's it.
And all the rest is to housing.
And yeah, program.
Yeah, I would figure out why they were saying partially. Unless you found something else.
Home furnishing, ADA remodeling. They have existing homes, and so existing housing, so it's just operations mostly is what I'm seeing. Subsidy for 14 people, and so yeah, a lot of it is the subsidy for the housing. That's the bulk of it. So yeah, I don't know what the partial would be for. But we can have, if the motion's a partially fund and we have a second, the OHA is going to negotiate it. So.
Yeah, didn't you just second it, Ron?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So can we vote?
Let's vote. Melinda. Oh, motion on the table to partially fund Project Patchwork, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to partially fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes, to partially fund.
Ron? Thank you.
Yes.
All right. And Keisha?
Yes.
Okay. That passes with 4 to partially fund Project Patchwork, Multnomah County. Turn it back to you, Jess.
All right. The next organization under consideration this evening is Project Quests. If anyone has a conflict of interest with Project Quest, please declare it now. Hearing none. Project Quest is applying to provide SUD treatment, peer support, housing, and harm reduction in Multnomah County. There are 2 recommendations. They are both yes. You can find those recommendations under the Project Quest 1 and Project Quest 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Turning it over to the subcommittee.
I make a motion to follow the recommenders recommendation, and I make a motion to fund Project Quest.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Onisha to fund Project Quest in Multnomah County. We have a second from Ron. Any more discussion? Okay, hearing none. Walter, when you're ready.
All right. Motion to fund Project Quest, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. And that passes to fund Project Quest, Multnomah County. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you. The next organization under consideration is Providence Portland Medical Foundation. If you would like to declare a conflict of interest with Providence Portland Medical Foundation, please do so now. Hearing none. Providence Portland Medical Foundation is applying to provide SUD treatment and peer support in Multnomah County. There are 2 recommendations. They are both yes. You can find these under the Providence 1 and Providence 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Turning over to the subcommittee.
I think I might need this application and budget. It's like almost 4 million. And I'm for 2 services, I'm just trying to see what that is.
Yeah, so this proposal, they are requesting funding to create a detox adjacent to their emergency room. And they're requesting funding for expansion of the kind of physical footprint to have detox alongside the ER.
So
And
yeah, just for SUD treatment and peer support, $4 million is a huge ask, especially with all of these people that we still have left to go through that are requesting money. $4 million just for peer support and
Yeah.
SUD treatment is, I think we should review the budget.
Are you finished, Ron?
yeah, I'm finished.
I'm sorry.
All right, so I'm hearing a request from several folks to see the budget and the application. Would somebody like to make a motion to table this?
I make a motion to table to review the budget and proposal.
All right.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion from Onisha to table Providence Portland Medical Foundation. We have a second from Keisha. Any more discussion? Walter.
All right. Motion to table Providence Portland Medical Foundation, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes, to table.
Okay. Okay. Onisha?
Yes to table.
Okay. Ron?
I want to say, as I'm voting, that this is the only proposal I saw to create a detox. And so I think there is a need for it. I know Providence has, it's not in their application what their overall budget is, but I think we can imagine. But I will vote yes to table.
I agree with you, Ron. It is imperative. I just think that maybe we can make some edits that will make it sustainable for the entire county who has to split like $54 million.
All right. Keisha, how do you vote?
Oh, yes.
All right. So that passes to table with 4 for Providence Portland Medical Foundation, Multnomah County. And I'll turn it back to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Walter. The next organization, and we will get all of these tabled ones out to you after the meeting.
Do you have a list of all the ones we've tabled and a plan for us to go over them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you know, I have a list, and we're gonna get up to you. I don't have a plan now. I just have a list. You all got a plan on how you're gonna go over them. All right. Next is Recovery Works Northwest.
What about Raphael House?
Oh, did I skip them? Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. See, I need somebody keeping me paying attention here. All right. Count on Onisha for that. Keeping me in line. All right. Next proposal is Raphael House. If anyone would like to declare a conflict of interest with Raphael House, please do so now. Hearing none. Raphael House is applying to provide peer support in Multnomah County. There are 2 recommendations. They are both yes. You can find those recommendations under the Raphael House 1 and Raphael House 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the subcommittee.
I make a motion to fund Raphael House. I did read this application. It's very reasonable, and I think we should fund them.
I second it.
All right, we have a motion from Keisha to fund Raphael House in Multnomah County. I had 2 seconds. Who got there first?
Ron might have got it by the skin of his teeth.
You can give it to Ron.
Okay, we're going to give that one to Ron. We have a second from Ron. Any more discussion?
No.
All right. Walter?
All right. Motion to fund Raphael House, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to fund.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
All right. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. And that passes with 4 to fund. Raphael House, Multnomah County. Turn it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks, Walter. The next organization under consideration is Southeast Works, Inc. If you have a conflict of interest with Southeast Works, Inc., please declare it now.
Hold on, we got one above that, recovery.
Oh,
Works.
geez, y'all. I don't know what's going on with me. I am so sorry. Thank you so much. It's been a long day. Okay, I take that all back. The next organization that you are going to consider is Recovery Works Northwest. If you would like to declare a conflict of interest with Recovery Works Northwest, please declare it now. Hearing none. Recovery Works Northwest is applying to provide SUD treatment, peer support, and harm reduction in Multnomah County. There are 2 recommendations, both are partial. You can find those recommendations under the RWNW1 and RWNW2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Subcommittee?
Yeah, anybody have this budget? I do see the recommendations. That says the amount should be viewed again. Money should be allocated more appropriately to peer services. But I haven't seen this budget. So I don't know. Anybody else?
In both reviewers, they had concerns about the way the peer service were allocated, that the money wasn't requested to be used for peer services, that there was enough inclusion for outreach. It lacked the organization and clarity to promote vision. The agency didn't understand the need of unique perspectives of diverse types of services or modalities.
They also say that they want to know how many people they're turning away because they can't pay for the services.
Yeah,
And isn't that part of what needs to be in our burn? They have to give it the services for free.
absolutely. I make a motion not to fund.
All right, we have a motion not to fund from Onisha for Recovery Works Northwest. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion not to fund Recovery Works Northwest from Onisha. We have a second from Melinda. Any discussion?
The budget is almost $3 million.
Yeah, and I see some more concerns throughout the rubric. So I'm fine with motion.
All right, I'm getting a lot. Okay. Okay, so any more discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
Motion not to fund Recovery Works Northwest, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. That passes with 4 not to fund Recovery Works Northwest. Back to you, Jessica.
Thanks, Walter. And I promise I'm going to get this one right. The next organization that you all will be considering this evening is Southeast Works. If you'd like to declare a conflict of interest with Southeast Works, please do so now.
Jessica, I do not have any more on my sheet.
You don't have any more what?
So on my spreadsheet.
Okay, so what we're going to have to do is So I think can we take a 5 minute break? Would that be okay?
Perfect.
Before we can do 5 or 10, what do you want?
And
10,
10.
okay, 10
10.
minute break, okay. All right, Walter, I'm gonna call you on the phone.
Yeah, where are these damn,
right. I believe it's been 10 minutes.
I'm here. It's Melinda.
Hi, Melinda. Thank you for being here. Anybody else back with us?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Keisha, Anisha, Ron, Melinda. I think that's everyone. Walter, do you? Oh, I muted myself. Do you want to go ahead and take roll for the record?
Yes. All right. We have Melinda is here.
Yes.
Hi, Melinda. We have Onisha is here. And is Anisha, you here? So Anisha's not back. We
Yes,
got
I'm
Ron.
here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here. I got
Hey,
kids, y'all, so y'all gotta give me a little grace. But yes, I'm here.
hey, I know that's right. Right on. Okay. So we got Ron is here and Keisha.
Here.
Okay. And I see Ron's face. So we got 4.
Ron's here.
Ron's here.
Ron's here. Let's.
Watch out. Ron's
All
here.
right. Thank you guys for your patience.
Yeah, we got a little break, much needed. We're, flying right through these, y'all. All right. We have everybody back. The next organization, I promise, that we're going to be, that you are going to be considering is Southeast Works, Inc. Would anyone like to declare a conflict of interest with Southeast Works, Inc.? Hearing none, Southeast Works, Inc. is applying to provide supported employment in Multnomah County. There are 2 recommendations. They are both yes. You can find them on the SE Works 1 and SE Works 2 tab in your Multnomah County workbook. To the committee.
I read this proposal. I think it's a very strong supported employment proposal. They're allocating significant, a lot of resources to supporting people with SUD getting employment. Significant professional employment staff engaging with folks throughout Multnomah County in the Burns, and I would recommend that we approve this proposal. I make the motion. We approve this proposal.
All right, so we have a motion from, okay, so we have a motion from Ron to fund Southeast Works for Multnomah County. We have a second from Keisha. Is there any more discussion?
Actually, yes. I seen something in the budget for Southeast Works 2 reviewer. And it says, concerned with the amount allotted towards higher authority, large amount of money being directed towards hiring a part-time director. Is director being promoted from within or outside hire? Allocating more money to personnel that deals with direct client services and adjustments for inflation. It is not a livable wage. Allocating more money to personnel that deals with direct clients and adjustments for inflation. So it sounds like they're not paying the boots on the ground professionals of this organization a livable wage, but they're dedicating large amounts of money to the directors. So I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts about that.
Thank you, Anisha. Any thoughts about that? Like a parrot.
My only thought is it's a pretty detailed budget in terms of program staffing.
Can you see the budget, Ron? Because I cannot.
I'm looking at the narrative budget.
I think I'm gonna have to. I can't vote on this based on what the reviewer wrote. It's problematic for me. I would like to see the budget, unfortunately.
Yeah, just so you know, the total budget is $917,000, and they break it down in client services and staff in terms of percentages, and Just get to that here. And so staffing is 48% of the budget to deliver direct frontline services. And client support services are 27%, with program costs at 13%, indirect admin at 9%, and one-time capital costs at 2%.
Thanks, Ron. Onisha, is that helpful?
I just want to say that just on the executive director, the executive director's salary is only 0.08.
They were asking for a part-time director is what it was mentioned in the rubric.
Yeah.
What's for the part-time director?
Yeah, that's the 0.08 hours. So that's less than, I don't know how to calculate, like 3 hours a week.
My request still stands, Jessica. I would like to see the budget for this proposal. Thank you.
Okay, yes, we can get that sent to you. So because we only have 4, Ron, would you like to?
Table it.
Okay, Ron made a motion to table it. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion from Ron to table Southeast Works in Multnomah County. We have a second from Onisha.
And can I get the budget too?
Oh yeah, we're sending everything. Yep. Any more discussion? Hearing none.
All
Walter,
right.
when you're ready.
Okay. Motion to table Southeast Works Inc., Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to table.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to table.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. And that passes with 4 to table Southeast Works Inc., Multnomah County. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Okay, but it's a good game show.
Oh, I can think of so many names for our game show. Next organization that that you will be considering this evening is Set Apart Ministries. Ron, you're getting me. Set Apart Ministries. If you'd like to declare a conflict of interest with Set Apart Ministries, please do so now. Hearing none, Set Apart Ministries is applying to provide housing in Multnomah County. You have 2 recommendations. They are both no. You can find those recommendations under the SAM1 and SAM2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook.
I read this proposal, reviewed it, studied it, and it was clear to me that this program, I agree with the reviewers, and I would make a motion not to fund.
I second it.
I second.
Really?
Okay, so it sounds like we have, sorry.
Hold on. I was reading the rubric though, and it says they only want to help Black and African American. I don't know.
In the
It wasn't.
in the program narrative, they had no program, just salaries.
Mm,
It was an
Okay.
aspirational.
They're only doing housing.
yeah.
So what would be the program requirement for housing if all you're providing is housing?
No, I'm saying they had no house that I could see, and they had no building, and they had no place to put people. They were saying, we hope to one day have these things for people. That was the way
I did see. Okay. I lean with you. I'll ride with y'all.
Okay, so we have a motion on the table from Ron not to fund Set Apart Ministries in Multnomah County. We had a second from, I can't remember anymore.
Onisha.
From Onisha. Any more discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
All right. Motion on the table not to fund Set Apart Ministries, Multnomah County. And Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. And that passes with 4, not to fund set apart ministries, Multnomah County. Back to you.
All right. The next organization that you all will be considering this evening is Siloam International Incorporated. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. The spelling is SILOAM. Anybody would like to declare a conflict of interest with Siloam International Incorporated, please do so now. Okay, hearing none. They are applying to provide SUD treatment, peer support, and harm reduction in Multnomah County. You have 2 recommendations. They are both no. You can find those on the Siloam 1 and Siloam 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook.
I make a motion to follow the recommended no's, and I make a motion not to fund.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor from Onisha not to fund Siloam International in Multnomah County. We have a second from Melinda. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll throw it to you, Walter.
All right. Motion not to fund Siloam International Inc., Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Onisha.
Yes, not to fund.
All right. Ron.
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha.
Yes.
Okay. And that passes with 4, not to fund Siloam International Inc., Multnomah County. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Walter. The next organization for you all to consider is Subcommittee LLC. Would anyone like to declare a conflict of interest with Subcommittee LLC? Hearing none. Subcommittee is applying to provide peer support in Multnomah County. You have 2 reviewers. One is yes partial, one is yes. You can find those reviews under the Subcommittee 1 and Subcommittee 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbooks. To the committee.
I make a recommendation to fund.
Hold on. Reading, and I'm reading, but it says that the applicant did not submit information for subsection 1. Therefore, there is missing information that would be helpful to further understand the applicant plans and coordinate with the burn. So I'm not sure it's all the way clear.
I liked it because they're helping domestic violence people in African American communities. They're only asking for $123,000. They help African and biracial adults and children who are experiencing challenges due to domestic violence, who are experiencing SUD. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I like it.
Okay.
Okay, so we had a motion from, I believe it was Onisha to fund, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we
I
have
thought I did.
Oh, sorry, Melinda.
Already.
Okay, Melinda did it already. So we have a motion on the floor from Onisha to fund Subcommittee. We have a second from Melinda. Any more discussion? Hearing none, Walter, to you.
Okay. Motion to fund Subcommittee LLC, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes, to fund.
Okay. All right. Onisha.
Yes, to fund.
Okay. Ron.
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha.
Yes.
All right. And that passes to fund Subcommittee LLC, Multnomah County. Back to you, Jessica.
All right, thank you, Walter. The
Mhm.
next organization that you will be considering this evening is Stone Soup HRC. Would anyone like to declare a conflict of interest with Stone Soup HRC? Hearing none. Stone Soup HRC is applying to provide harm reduction and supported employment in Multnomah County. You have two recommendations. One is yes partial and the other is yes. You can find those recommendations under your Stone Soup 1 and Stone Soup 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. We'll turn it over to the committee for discussion or a vote.
I'm requesting to see the budget. That's almost $1 million for harm reduction.
So is that a motion to table this?
I make a motion to table this to see the budget and the proposal.
We have a motion on the table from Onisha to table Stone Soup HRC. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second from Ron. Thank you, Ron. Any discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
All right. Motion to table Stone Soup HRC, Multnomah County. Melinda. Ooh.
Yes, table.
Oh, all right. Onisha.
Very complex budget, that's for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Ron
Yes.
and Keisha.
Yes.
All right. Motion to table passes for Stone Soup HRC, Multnomah County. Back to you.
Thank you, Walter. The next organization.
I'm still trying to see where the $1 million is.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The next.
That's a lot.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just looking over their narrative. So in every proposal, there's a narrative. Even if you can't open up the budget, if you have the proposal, it talks through. But it's better to see the actual budget broken down. So I'm not able to look at that right now.
Fair enough. That's good. We tabled it then. Next organization under consideration is the Fourth Dimension Recovery Center. Would anyone like to declare a conflict of interest with the Fourth Dimension Recovery Center in Multnomah County? Hearing none.
I have a perceived conflict, but no real conflict.
So you have a potential conflict of interest, Keisha?
A perceived.
Well, okay, so there are only two kinds, right? There's potential and actual. Perceived isn't a thing. You have a potential. So a potential conflict of interest means that you get to make the choice whether you would like to stay and be a part of this and vote, or if you would like to recuse yourself. Did you?
I can stay.
You can't, you want to stay or you want to recuse yourself?
I better follow. I'm gonna stay in line and recuse myself.
Okay, well, so if Keisha's recusing due to a conflict of interest, Fourth Dimension Recovery Center is tabled until next meeting when we have more people. Can't even vote on it because we don't have quorum. So next organization that you will be considering is the Everly Project. If you'd like to declare conflict of interest with the Everly Project in Multnomah County, please do so now. Hearing none. The Everly Project is applying to provide harm reduction in Multnomah County. You have two recommendations to consider. Both are yes. You can find these under the Everly Project 1 and Everly Project 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Sending back to the committee.
I make a motion to fund. They're asking for harm reduction only. And their budget is reasonable at $89,000.
Is that a second, Ron? Oh, you're on mute.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the table from Onisha to fund the Everly project in Multnomah County. We have a second from Ron. Is there any discussion?
I also like it that this proposal focuses on Southeast Portland.
And it's peer led.
Yeah.
Sorry, Melinda.
I don't know. I'm just having a problem with this harm reduction thing with what was sent out to us yesterday. I'd like more understanding on the stuff we were sent out.
So I understand.
Considering that yet.
Yeah, I understand that, Melinda, and I really do. That is privilege and will be discussed in executive committee tomorrow. So we can work with what we have now. And what we have now is a motion from, I'm trying to remember now.
Onisha.
We have a,
Mr. made the motion. I
And
think
Ron
Ron
seconded.
seconded.
thank you.
All right. So the motion on the table is to fund the Everly project. Melinda, how do you vote?
I abstain.
All right, so we're gonna have to table this one.
Okay.
Okay, so we are tabling. The next organization on our list is the Insight Alliance. If you have a conflict of interest with the Insight Alliance, please declare it. Hearing none, the Insight Alliance is applying to provide peer support and housing in Multnomah County. You have two recommendations. Both are yes. You can find those recommendations under Insight Alliance 1 and Insight Alliance 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook.
And why are you screaming to the top of your lungs like that for nothing?
So I can't really see much, but I'm just wondering with this what is it? This insight to well-being course is inclusive of? Is it SUD? Is it mental health? Is it what? I see they want to do the program in and out of incarceration, but I'm just not sure what that program is inclusive of.
Would you like to table this and request the application?
No, I'm leaning on if somebody else sees something I don't see, that,
Okay.
might be.
I'm sorry, I had to step out the room for a minute. Can you guys repeat the last 1 minute?
That's fine. So we're looking at the Insight Alliance for Multnomah County. Do you have a conflict of interest with the Insight Alliance?
I have no conflict.
Okay, good. So you have two recommendations that are yes. You can find those under your Insight Alliance 1 and 2 tabs. Keisha, would you like to repeat your comment?
I was just wondering if they have a program called Insight to Wellbeing, but I just wasn't sure what type of curriculum is that. SUD, is that mental health? It's like in and out of the prison, but I'm not sure what that consists of.
their proposal is peers and housing, right?
Yeah.
Partnering with the Y to, oh, you wanted to know about the actual, what the Insight to Wellbeing program. It doesn't really define what that is, but it is offered to Oregon's prisons and out in the community to partner organizations. This program is held in a group setting for 1.5 hours per week. Peer teachers utilize the strengths and insight-based curriculum developed in partnership with the Spark Initiative of Florida and Beyond Recovery of UK. The curriculum is designed to teach an understanding of the mind and human experience for the purpose of reducing risk, uncovering resiliency, promoting emotional and psychological well-being for adults and youth. This is taught through a compilation of sessions that speak to the potential, ability, and resilience inside every human. Well, yeah, so that's the program.
So is that in alignment or is that?
Well, it's a peer. I mean, that's under their peer
But
support.
peer is broad, doesn't say like addiction peer support. I mean, like peers. A peer, you can be a peer because you were incarcerated with somebody. You have that same lived experience. But I'm just trying to hone on, is it focused on SUD?
Yeah, so our peer mentorship program provides one-on-one support to individuals with an emphasis on those who have experienced incarceration. Majority of our peers are identified as Black, Indigenous, or people of color and can provide culturally specific services. I'm looking for what you're talking about. An area of growth of our peer mentorship and Insight to Wellbeing is around providing linguistically specific services. We have started offering translation support and so on. And has its own unique mentor program in that same program. This grant
So
will,
they have, Ron, they have 5 beds. And the people can live there for 24 months.
I'm still trying to figure out the focus on the people.
you're asking, is it SUD support? Because they're not really saying that.
Yeah, I mean, like everything sounds good, fine and dandy, but I'm not seeing the target that I want to hit or that are in our values. So I'm just wondering, did somebody see something I didn't see?
Well, the Insight Alliance is welcoming and supportive of individuals using medicated-assisted treatment, recovery. We work to create a non-judgment space for individuals using MAT by using positive language about their recovery process, providing transportation to and from, supporting them in whatever unique way they need. And then in terms of relapse, it says slip-ups happen, which is why we like to give tenants who relapse multiple chances to correct course. If a tenant provides a dirty drug or alcohol test, they'll be put on a special contract, which also comes with additional case management support, requirements for attending meetings or groups, and requirements for additional drug and alcohol testing. Tenants are provided a total of 3 special contracts, after which they will be asked to leave the house. However, they will still be welcome to participate in other services. Yes, Insight Alliance requires abstinence from all substances to maintain housing. And we do drug testing twice a week. Is that getting to your question?
I mean, they're welcoming in their absence days. I'm just still trying to get to the core of.
Do they actually have a recovery oriented program? So mean, it falls under the umbrella of supportive housing, that you don't have to be, but you should be connected to some sort. It should be related or connected to the recovery services that we're building or the services that we're building. If it's just housing with peer support and abstinence-based, is that enough? Is that the vision the council has been advocating?
Right. Like, I don't mind. I love the housing piece, and I love, we're helping incarcerated people, but I'm just wondering, like, that's a broad population too. So I'm just wondering if, like, are these folks in a recovery program inside and then they transition outside? I'm just wondering, is it like directly connected to SUD, or is it just life skills and well-being? And that's fine if it is. I'm just wondering if it's fitting for our values.
Would it be helpful to have this application to review, Lakeisha?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reading through it, but I'm not really making judgments about it. I'm just, asking. I mean, it does fit. I mean, my only judgment would be it does fit within the vision and intent of the council to expand housing and peer support.
So we have two folks, I think, who want the application. Would somebody like to make a motion here?
I'll make a motion to table requesting the budget and proposal.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion from Onisha to table Inside Alliance in Multnomah County. We have a second from Ron. Any discussion? Hearing none. Walter?
Right. Yeah. Motion to table Insight Alliance, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to table.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to table.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. That passes. Motion to table the Insiders Alliance, Multnomah County. Back to you, Jess.
Thank you. The next organization up for consideration this evening is the Lasco Refuge, LLC. If you'd like to declare a conflict of interest with the Lasco Refuge, please do so now. Hearing none. The Lasco Refuge, LLC is applying to provide SUD treatment and housing in Multnomah County. You have two recommendations. One is yes and one is partial. You can find those under Lasco 1 and the Lasco 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Back to you, Subcommittee.
First off, I'm seeing budget errors. So what does...
Onisha?
Did you call me for something? I thought Keisha was talking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was saying I see budget errors and just wondering what that.
Yeah, what that is, because I saw this proposal and I saw this budget, and the way that they created the table for the budget, you couldn't read the totals across the bottom. You couldn't read the totals at the end. And so the only way, so it was an incomplete budget because of that. And unless the reviewer added up every column and every line, that's what they mean by budget errors. It was unreadable in terms of totals and columns, on line and column.
Thanks, Ron.
And it was, when I read it, it was my recommendation that, which is a maybe, but depending on submission, yes, with submission and clarification of budget.
Yeah, proposal 2, LASCO number 2 reviewer. Have you looked over that, Ron?
Haven't seen that. Yeah, I haven't seen that part. Just going by what I read.
Yeah, I will look at what proposal 2 read really quick.
Just in the recommendation, do you propose this for an award? The men's home is accredited MACPO, NAR, and they have family-friendly housing. They plan to open dedicated LGBTQIA2S plus housing. They intend to bring on board dedicated medical doctor and psychologist to provide MAT and other medications that will help with SUD, hire full-time peer support specialists, hire more counselors as well as purchase at least one of their current properties. Proposer needs to provide specific and clearly outlined plans and objectives to bring them fully in line with Measure 110's mission. Their current structure of sober-only living, as well as segregated living facilities, men only, men only family, versus cohesive and fully integrated housing as a reflection of the community they serve, will continue to add some of the barriers that prevent Measure 110's target demographics from attaining services.
So we don't fund physician salaries, so.
Yeah. And I think we talked about the housing. The housing proposal, they are expanding housing, and I'm all for expanding housing. And
What was the budget? What was the budget request, Jessica?
1 second.
yeah, the budget isn't even totaled out on the grid that OHA sent out because it's.
And on proposal 2, what is that? B25. When I asked about diversity, equity, and inclusion, it says no.
Yeah, I'm moving to recommend not to fund. Can we please hear the budget request for this?
You're looking for it.
Okay.
I don't think it can be found unless somebody actually sat down and totaled it out.
So how can you evaluate this proposal if you cannot find the budget? It's
Which is
incomplete.
what I said I would consider pending a resubmission of the budget.
But our job is to evaluate it right now, and the proposal has to be complete to be evaluated.
Yeah,
So if it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's incomplete. We have not received a clarified budget.
So I make a recommendation not to fund.
All right, so we have a motion not to fund from Onisha. Do we have a second?
Second.
Keisha seconds. Any more discussion?
As I'm
Hearing
reading
none.
section for diversity, equity, and inclusion, it's a lot of no's. Like, services are delivered by members of the community served, no. Proposal provides culturally specific and linguistic responsive or appropriate services to communities, to priority communities, no. That's a lot of no's in diversity, equity, and inclusion. So, you just have to throw that in.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, Walter.
Motion not to fund Lasco Refuge, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes, not to fund.
Okay. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. And Keisha?
Yes.
Okay. That passes with 4. Not to fund the Lasco Refuge, Multnomah County. Turn it back to you, Jessica.
It's like the Ohio State University, right? All right, the next organization that you all will be considering this evening is the Marie Equity
That's what I thought you said we were done.
Huh?
I thought the last one, I thought you said we were done with the last one. I don't know what I was hearing.
Oh, I don't know. You were.
I heard you
I
say
was
the
wish-
last organization.
Oh, that was wishful thinking. We still have more. So, so the next, not last, next organization that you will be considering is the Marie Equi Institute. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I could be wrong. It's spelled EQUI. Would anyone like to declare a conflict of interest with the Marie Equi Institute? Or Equi? Okay, hearing none. The Marie Equi Institute, I just know I'm saying that wrong. Okay, the Marie Equi Institute is applying to provide peer support and harm reduction in Multnomah County. You have two recommendations. They are both yes. You can find those on the Marie Equi 1 and the Marie Equi 2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Turning it over to the subcommittee.
Hey, Ron, can you see this narrative?
Ron's trying to find the button. Oh, you're muted, Ron.
The way that I received those initial rubrics that had the busted links, I had to request additional, I had to get the proposals resent to me in different form. And so they came via email, and some of them got committed to my folder and some of them didn't. So I have to look back and forth. So, but I'm not finding it right now.
So I'm looking at the reviewer 1's rubric, and on line 41, where it says type of peers and peer services being provided, it says community health workers throughout. I'm a little concerned with that.
Would you all like this proposal and budget?
Yeah, because I'm not finding it.
Okay, so Keisha, can you make a motion?
I make a motion to table this organization.
No, you have to say
Second.
the name, Keisha. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cough.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's because I can't pronounce it. But we have a motion. We have a motion from Keisha to table the Marie Equi Institute in Multnomah County. We have a motion from Keisha. We have a second from Melinda. Any more discussion? Hearing none. Walter.
All right. Motion on the table to table the Marie Equi Institute, Multnomah County. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes to table.
Okay. Onisha?
Yes to table.
Okay. And Ron?
Yes.
All right. And Keisha?
Yes.
All right. And that motion passes with 4 to table the Marie Equi Institute, Multnomah County. Back to you.
Still got 3 checks left over.
All right. Thank you, Walter. The next organization that you will be considering this evening is the Mental Health and Addiction Association of Oregon. If anyone would like to declare a conflict of interest with the Mental Health and Addiction Association of Oregon, please do so now.
I'm gonna stay in line with a conflict.
All right, we have a conflict from Keisha. We will be tabling the Mental Health and Addiction Association of Oregon until our next meeting.
I have a question. Are they the old ACBO?
No, Metro Plus, oh, wait, what are you saying?
The MAAA.
That's two different.
Are they the old, but did it used to be called ACBO
No,
before they added the mental health to it?
no. This organization, mental health, and added addictions to it. And MACBO is the accreditation board for licensure.
ACBO?
Yeah, that turned into MACBO. That's the credentialing board for your certifications and things.
Yeah.
Which is from this. This is separate. This is a different organization.
All right, so we have a conflict of interest that is being tabled. The next organization for your consideration this evening is the Miracles Club. If you would like to declare conflict of interest with the Miracles Club, please do so now.
I have a conflict of interest with the Miracles Club, Onisha Cochran.
Okay, hearing a conflict of interest from Onisha, and because we only have 4 voting members in subcommittee tonight, we will be tabling the Miracles Club until the next meeting. The next organization for your review is Volunteers of America, Oregon. If you have a conflict of interest with Volunteers of America, Oregon, please declare it now. Hearing none, the Volunteers of America, Oregon are applying to provide SUD treatment and peer support in Multnomah County. There are 2 reviews. One is yes, and one is yes partial. You can find those on the VOA1 and VOA2 tabs in your Multnomah County workbook. Turning it over to the subcommittee.
This is one of the ones that I reviewed, and I thought it was good that they were specifically calling out culturally specific, culturally responsive, integrated approach, and specifically calling out that they were going to be providing the budget seats funding for folks who are categorically ineligible for Medicaid. They're specifically wanting to reach out to that population and serve them. And so because of that, I said yes. The requested budget is $823,000.
Thanks, Ron.
And the biggest part of the budget is really the amount they're dedicating to cover people who don't have insurance or are categorically ineligible. So I'd make a motion. I'd make a motion to fund Volunteers of America in Multnomah County.
All right, we have a motion to fund Volunteers of America in Multnomah County. Do we have a second?
The reviewers, get to the reviewers.
Ron, did you review this? Did you see the budget and proposal?
Yes, I did.
And what
Yeah.
was the pay for the peer mentors?
All in, it was, hold on a second. My page jumped. 2 FTEs, Looks like I'd have to split it in two, but it looks like about with all their fringes and whatnot, it's about it's 2 FTEs at 144. So half of that would be 72, right?
And were they only requesting peer mentors, or were they requesting director pay?
They have
CAB?
0.1 FTE program director, 0.1 program director, 0.1 clinical director, mentor supervisor, 0.5, and then 2 peer mentors.
And did they answer the questions on the proposal about how the peer mentors will be incorporated into these services?
Yes, I'm not looking at the application. I'd have to get to that, but I was just reading from my rubric and the rubric from the second here. Funding from this grant, how will this grant help expand this workforce? And this is under peers. Funding from this grant will allow us to expand our pre and post engagement peer support services. We recognize the impact and value of peer delivered services as a gold standard for continued recovery. Specifically, we assist individuals access a wealth of support services available within our community. We aim to accomplish this by facilitating connectivity to shepherd participants as they engage and progress their way through recovery. Our peer mentors represent the clients being served both culturally and with lived experiences. Through pro-social support, shared resource sharing, relationship building, and culturally responsive peer staff are able to close or reduce identified gaps that occur while clients are trying to engage in treatment or maintaining their recovery. The relationship between a mentor and participant is held in high regard and provides strength and longevity to the recovery process. Relationships with mentors are essential to the treatment and long-term recovery process. VOA relies on mentors to sustain participant engagement, promote a recovery lifestyle, and guide the therapeutic path.
Real quick, I just want to, oh, sorry, Ron, I didn't know you were, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
And unfortunately, pre-engagement and post-completion mentor services are not billable to Medicaid. This grant will bridge that gap in support of 2.0 FTE peer mentors, along with related costs.
So I second your motion to fund them, Ron. Thank you.
Unfortunately, we lost Keisha.
Oh, no.
You could have stopped me while I was reading.
I tried, but then I felt like I interrupted you, and I didn't want to be that mean meanie who does that. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just messing with you. It's good.
Y'all are keeping me on my toes tonight. So I'm sure we're just waiting for Keisha to log back on. Let me just and this will likely be the last vote. So if we can just get Keisha back for just that.
Did she kick off while I was reading? Or before?
Wow.
Okay.
Do you think she left because you were reading, Ron? No, I'm just kidding.
I was wondering how much she heard.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly when. Walter caught it before I did, so. Yeah, so I sent Keisha a text. I haven't heard back. It's 6:57. I think it'd be great to get a vote on this if possible, but if not, this will carry over to your next meeting on Thursday. There are several that are carrying over, but that should be it. After Thursday, like, yeah, try not to smile, but you know you want to. So what
after Thursday, what? We still got to review all the ones that's tabled.
That's what we're doing on Thursday. It's mostly tabled.
Yeah. You have
all the ones that are tabled, send out all those applications.
We are.
Can you please send out a complete list? Because now we have a bunch of emails logged in with our other emails. Can we get a list of, as a reminder, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 to 10, how many we got to review for the table and process?
Yeah. So we started sending out an email. It's another email, but it's kind of a summary of what you voted on, what's tabled, what your next steps are. But we could we'll send that to you. We'll send you a list and we'll get you the applications.
Yeah, that would be perfect. So that way we know.
Yeah. And I mean, how many do y'all have here? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7. That might fit in one email. We'll try to fit as many as we can in one email. We won't just send them to you out, in 7 emails. Unless you want. Do you want 7 emails, Anisha?
No, because they get buried and they're hard to find. I have so many emails.
I feel the pain on the emails. So I don't know if we're gonna get Keisha back. Do you all want to resume?
Sounds like a good idea to me. I'm falling
Thursday,
asleep.
yeah, let's resume Thursday.
Yeah, it's dinner time. Okay.
All right, you guys have a good night. We'll see you.